should be live. Hello.
You say that every single time.
Look, okay, it's my catchphrase.
Literally
Don't
every
judge
single time
me.
you start a stream, it says, and...
It's my catchphrase. Can't I have a catchphrase? Am I not allowed?
I think it cut off, actually.
Live.
It usually cuts off the first, little bit. That's why I fill it with saying things like, and we're live. And then you call me out like a jerk.
Oh, no. Also, we've got 3,000 people here. Hello.
Damn. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the HuniCast. It is officially our first HuniCast from the new place. Jesus Christ, stop it. I don't need anxiety.
It is. Me and Ashley are in separate rooms now. You can't see our Discord bubbles for some reason. Discord bubbles aren't active.
Oh, dang.
If they were, you'd see that I actually have my own icon now because we're in different rooms.
We are. So yeah, for some who may or may not know, Michael and I moved from Washington to California, which means in the last year, Michael has moved from Ohio to Washington and now from Washington to California. It's been a very exciting year for him.
Yeah, it's been weird. It's hot here. I don't like it. Let's go back to Washington.
God, I'd love to go back to Washington. It's so much cooler up there.
Washington was so nice.
It's so green. God.
It was over here. I'm just seeing a bunch of dead land. I guess I don't know how it's yellow. It's very yellow here.
That's terrible.
That's California.
But anyway, today with us we have Elsie, who you're all familiar with. She was the singing voice of Charlie in Has Been Hotel, and she is the voice of the lovely Queen Bee in the project Mayhem, which is run by Magpie and Paul, who are also joining us today.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you guys want to give everybody a quick introduction into Mayhem and what it is and how it came to be and what you guys have done with it so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So Mayhem started as a surprise project. Because Paul has had this character Sir Mayhem for ages now, and he has this amazing art style. So he did the thumbnail for the stream and stuff, and I wanted to kickstart his art career a bit, so I gathered everybody I knew from in a team and stuff, and I got this thing done, this film, Mayhem, the pilot episode, as a surprise. And we both loved how it turned out. We're pretty happy about it, so now we decided to continue. We're doing an origin story comic for Mayhem now. We did our little animated intro, and soon we'll have the Halloween special, which will be a musical.
Yeah, that's going to be super exciting. And if people want to help with that, there's actually a link to the Indiegogo project for it down below if you would like to help out and support the project. So please go check out that link and read up on it and check it out. It's really cool.
Really super
Thank
cool.
you.
Thank you.
As far as original ideas go, I'm not being biased, but it is actually really awesome original animation, awesome style, awesome concept.
Oh.
So if you want to support original animation, then it's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's
You're
really
welcome.
cool to see so many indie projects coming out lately, and this one has such a unique look to it too. I worked on Mayhem as well. I was one of the animators. I only did a little bit because I was very, very busy at the time, and I feel so bad. I will have to definitely work on your project more later because it is so fun and the style is so unique. And there's been a lot of indie pilots coming out lately, but your guys' project is probably one of the most unique design styles I've seen out of any of them, honestly.
Oh wow, thank you.
I would say thank you, but the thank you goes to Paul because that's his style.
Yeah, it's very
I'm a big fan of retro art and
I was
the
about
old
to
cartoons
say,
and stuff.
yeah, it gives me very much this 90s kind of feel, this 90s and 80s kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's exactly what we went for.
Speaking of, the very first question we have is from Cinder saying, for Magpie and Paul, I'm interested to know what your process is behind your character designs and the general aesthetic of the show. What kind of things inspired you? Much love to your pilot. It's clearly made with a lot of care.
Oh,
thank you.
do you want to start using Mayhem first, so?
Mayhem's been with me a long time. I mean, I've created him over about 20 years ago. So he's been with me for ages, but I've been inspired by all the old cartoons watching when I grew up as a kid. So He-Man, Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, X-Men, and it was always the villains that interest me. So I like to know why they became villains, what their henchmen, and always getting ratty and shouting at people. And that's what I loved, that sort of that comedy element, but they're just trying to be evil at the same time. So I thought one day I think I saw a show in a theme park with a friend, and it was based on supervillains and heroes. And I just thought, oh, I could make myself into a supervillain. And I came up with a name, and there and then started drawing, and then he stayed with me. But I never done anything with him until I met Magpie.
Aw.
So, but yeah, that's inspired me, all the old 80s cartoons and stuff. So, but I've always liked the side of the villains, to hear their stories and that thing. So I sort of, I go with the villains, super villain side.
Yeah, I've always been into villains too, always. So when I did the cartoon, I wanted to give it that old school vibe too. So that's why I did all the backgrounds like traditionally with like now I'm using acrylic paints. I use gouache for the pilot, but animation like traditionally would be a bit too complicated, especially with a team. But so all the animation was done in Toon Boom, but then the backgrounds I still wanted it to have like that traditional vibe to it.
Yeah, and I love all of your gouache paintings that you did for the backgrounds. Like when I was first looking at them, I was just like, "Oh, that's a cool digital background." And then you were like, "No, I hand painted it traditionally on paper."
Love
And I'm
that.
like, "You're insane."
I love that so much.
I say, I want this one, or this background, I want this background. I'm sort of collecting them at the moment.
Oh,
So
God.
they're just like works of art themselves. They're beautiful.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Yeah, I absolutely would too. Like, God, they're so cool. And like it's so sad that it's basically like an lost art form, because you can't replicate that feel digitally. Like you can get close, but the like feel of traditional gouache backgrounds is kind of a lost art at this point. And so it's really cool to see you bringing elements like that back.
Oh, thank you.
That's what we had in common, didn't we? We're big fans of the older cartoons and they say the artworks and stuff. So, yeah, we're quite lucky there that we both had the same sort of ideas, and we work well together.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of like the old traditional looks too. Like Michael and I will have long conversations about like
There's
how
nothing
can
that
you
beats cell shit, like not or yeah, cells.
Yeah,
Cells
like
are
Michael
so
and I
good.
have long conversations about how we could finally like recreate that feel and that look of like cell painted animation, because like there's just
like there's little things that you could copy, like the slight shadow of characters that you'd get from cells
and the
there's
grain
things you could,
and stuff, but
yeah,
like
you can copy that, but it's not always gonna look, it's never gonna look the same as it would if it were actually done on cells.
and like because of that, someday I really want to try like making an animation on cells, and I'm just like, how much do I hate myself? Let's try this.
Oh, I've done that in college one time, and it took forever. It took me like I think 3 weeks to do like 5 seconds. It's really fun to do, but it's also so hard. And if you want to modify one thing, you have to go through all of your sheets and then like take pictures and retest everything. It's really a pain.
Yeah, it's so good looking though.
I know.
Speaking of things that are difficult, we've got another question from Chi-Chi saying, question for Magpie and Sir Mayhem. Who was the easiest and who was the hardest character to develop? Also, the pilot and intro were phenomenal. Can't wait to see what you guys do next.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Well, the easiest was Sir Mayhem, wasn't it? Because I had him already.
Well, he's you.
Yeah, me. So.
Honestly, that's true. Well, V and Mayhem is pretty much us. So the way they interact and stuff is like exactly like the way we do. So I'm pretty much his bodyguard in real life. I am. Like, I'm so, if someone says something to him, I'll just come and like right.
She's my bodyguard in real life, so.
So those two are pretty easy, I think. And then we just built around that. So, Ricky's is the one who sings. When I came up with some of his characters for the pilot, I was thinking of would Paul like. So I know he loved the 80s and stuff, and so I thought, oh, I should make this character, but make it really funny, and he's like really into Rick Astley and stuff like that. so, so that's how he came to be, really. And all of his, little gadgets and stuff are based on music, like an old boombox of Doom and things like that. And for Queen Bee, I was inspired by the movie Heathers from the 80s too, where I had this really because Mayhem I knew was like the kind of character who would be like the bully kill at school and was really nerdy and stuff. And so I thought if he had a nemesis, he would have to be like a really like bitchy woman. So I thought it was like high school bully type girl. So Heather was my biggest inspiration for Queen Bee. And how in those films the mean girl is always called the Queen Bee of the school, and so I thought, oh well, Queen Bee, and I'll make her a bee, and there you go.
Heathers is one of my absolute favorite musicals, so it makes sense
Same.
that that's
oh my
why.
God. Well, I've said that already on this.
It makes
Many
sense that
times.
that's why Queen Bee is my favorite. I love her
Ashley,
design.
you're gonna have to show
I'm
me
in love
Heathers.
with
I've never
Queen
seen
Bee.
it.
She's
You
an amazing
need to see
character.
Heathers. It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my God.
But yeah, Queen Bee is the best. I love her.
You did such a good job at voicing her too. I don't know how you do
Oh.
it, but
Thank you. It's basically.
Oh yeah, you
just
were
me.
phenomenal, Elsie.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it was really good fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun to be a villain. Always
Oh
fun
yes,
to be a villain.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it's the most fun.
Oh yeah. And then our next question is from Posh, who says, "No question. Just wanted to give a big kudos to Sir Mayhem on the recently released animation. It was fantastic. Keep up the great work, and I can't wait to see more."
oh,
Oh wow, thank you very much. That's amazing to hear. That's one of the things that putting it out when she first done the pilot, that people love Mayhem as much as I have. I mean, he's been with me a long time, Mayhem. He may have been hidden away, but now he's brought into life. People, it's wonderful feelings that people love him as much as I do, and it's just amazing to hear all these wonderful comments and stuff. So
yeah. See, all of that is exactly the reason why I did the pilot, because I kept telling him, you need to post your art, you need to show people, put it out there. He was like, oh, and I knew if I did something like this, and he saw how much people would see what I saw, and his art, it would really boost his confidence and stuff. And so I'm so happy to see that now.
oh yeah, it's
Aw.
wonderful. Thank you for
Magpie is
Brilliant.
too good for this world, honestly.
You're
She
very
is.
Oh,
supportive.
Too
thank
sweet.
you.
You're
So
such a
sweet.
wonderful talent and so sweet, and it's so sweet of you for doing this. And
Oh,
it's
thank
really
you.
it's really amazing seeing you put all this together, because you've never really done a project like this before, to this degree, right?
No, I had a webcomic that I'm gonna continue again in the next couple of months, but so I was used to working on my own, but then again, I was also in the Has Been Hotel team. I did a bunch of stuff on there. I did backgrounds, I did cleanup, some compositing and stuff. So I already had the experience of knowing how an animation team works. And before Has Been, I worked at a game studio, so I had a small idea of a team already. And I've done my own animations before where I would do everything from scratch. So I would do the backgrounds, the animation, and everything. So I knew the process that worked for me and that seemed to make things go fast in a way, I guess. So I just tried to organize everything as much as possible. So you can see in the group, I separate everything into channels for backgrounds, compositing. I make lists for everyone to keep track of shots and stuff. So I think having a good organization is really the key to making these things work. Because it's so big and there's so many files everywhere that if you just don't keep track of everything every single day, it just gets messy so fast.
Yeah, honestly, when you start up a project like this, you never really think about how much management and organization it is.
Yeah.
It's just oh, right, losing things is so easy. Crap.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that part when I started, because I thought, oh well, other people are gonna animate and stuff, so I'll have a lot of time to do my backgrounds. But then every day there's things you have to give notes to people, you have to make sure everyone is keep track of all the animations, you have to make sure everyone has the ref sheets, but everything is there's so much to keep track of every single day. You really don't realize that until you actually do it.
Yeah, exactly. I need to get a lot better about list making and all of that organizational stuff myself for my own project.
Oh yeah, because you've been doing Hell Puppy still. and
Yep.
that's,
How's that doing?
been a lot of that.
It's been going great. I think one of the problems is software-wise, one of my cleanup artists had completed all of his shots, and that was a good chunk of the project, and it got corrupted and it was lost. And I'm just like,
oh my
all
God,
right,
no.
cool, we're gonna put in measures now that we
Oh.
have to save alternate versions of every file every now and again, so this doesn't happen anymore.
Oh,
But
shit.
otherwise,
Um,
it's going good. Just a bit of it has to be redone because one of my poor cleanup animators had their file be corrupted.
Oh,
Is it
shit.
the actual Twin Boom files that got corrupted?
Yeah, like we even were talking back and forth from one of my friends who like works for Toon Boom, and they couldn't even save it. So I was just like, oh no. I just feel so bad for them, honestly. Like that was so much work to lose. So I'm just like, you can take extra time. It's fine. I understand. Take as much time you need. That's heartbreaking.
Oh no.
Oh my God, that sucks.
Yeah. God's will does not want Hell Puppy to exist, but I'm going to make it
Oh,
exist
no.
anyway.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, literally.
Hell yeah.
Oh god.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Anyway, our next question comes from Raven, Mystic Ravenous. They're the one that does the full body angel dust cosplay. That's
Ooh.
on Twitter. They're really good. They say, "I'm sorry, I won't be able to donate this time because I spent a lot in Viv's shop earlier." That's completely fine. I do have questions for the Mayhem crew. What or who inspired you to create this series? I think this is kind of answered earlier already, but if you want to shed light on that again, pretty much.
We can cover it again. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've had Mayhem for a long time with me, and when I
Yeah.
met Magpie at a Comic Con, dressed as the Penguin, and she come running up to me and
Yeah, see,
started.
anything penguin, I will rush on.
So yeah, we met there, and we got talking. And she told me what she'd done for her job, and she told me all this amazing animation and artwork she'd done. And I mentioned I did a bit of doodling and drawing, but I kept putting off showing her my work because I was thinking her work looks amazing and mine, oh my god. So, but anyway, I showed her one day, and when she started ranting and raving at me, so why haven't you showed anyone? Why have you done anything with it? So,
Because
Yeah.
you know when someone tells you, "Oh, my art looks like shit," and you think, "Oh, it looks bad," and then when he showed me what it actually looked like, I was like, "What is wrong with you? Why did you never post that? Just do something with it right now."
so basically, when she started shouting at me, I just told her about my character Mayhem and gave her as much information as possible, and she was trying to drag information out of me all the time about him. So, and I was thinking, why does she want to know so much? And then all of a sudden, she presented me with this amazing Mayhem pilot, which I love and love all the characters, and to see my character come to life. He's been in my mind for so long, and seeing him walking, talking, blowing things up was absolutely amazing, and it blew my mind. And there we are, and he was born.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so
Woo.
cool.
That's so sweet.
But I loved all the other characters in it. Well, she's done with them. They all complement each other so well, and they're
Yeah.
brilliant. I mean, Queen Bee, and I mean, and it's all the people who's done the voices. It's like you, Elsie's brought Queen Bee to life, and all the brilliant work you put into her is just brilliant. And of course,
Oh.
all the other characters, Kieran, who does Mayhem's voice, which I wish was my voice in real life.
Yeah,
And,
he's brilliant.
and
Oh my
Bee
God.
and everything, and it's just amazing to watch. I still watch it every day in amazement. It's brilliant.
Aw.
Aw.
Also, to the people asking who is Queen Bee in the chat, because I saw a couple of those, Queen Bee is the girl with the large titties and the red stripe through her hair in the stream right there, so she's easy to recognize.
Oh god.
And
I
Elsie's
remember.
lovely voice comes out of that face.
Yes, and she couldn't be more different from Charlie in every way. So that was
She's
Oh my
kind of-
god.
She's like Charlie's evil alternate persona. Like, they're
Like,
both blonde, they've both got, like, the rosy cheeks, but they are nothing alike.
Nothing alike, and their
my
voices are
God.
nothing alike either. So it's pretty interesting. That's why I love what I do, because you get to do, be all these different characters. It's awesome.
You went from
But,
a princess to a queen.
I
Oh, yeah.
remember when we were animating her. I think Pika PD is the one we did the first shot of her when she like sits in her throne, and you literally asked me, "So how bouncy do you want the bird to be?"
I think I remember that.
Maximum bounce.
I animated
Oh
a shot
my
of Queen
God.
Bee as well, and I was just sitting there. I was like, this looks a little stiff, and then I was just like, what if I added some titty bounce? That would actually be good follow through.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
Queen bee.
Anyway, our next question, or I don't even think it's a question actually. It just is from Enigma. They say, I just want to say congrats on the new house and fantastic job on the Attic music video. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this,
congrats for that.
Yeah,
You
congratulations.
guys are so amazing in that. It's such a bop. Yeah, it's awesome.
it's been stuck in mine and Ashley's head too.
Also, it's
Yeah,
so
me
crazy
too.
for me because, like, Michael's very, like, self-conscious about his singing. Like, he doesn't think he sings very well.
Oh no.
I've
It
always-
does.
And I've always
You
been like, no,
do.
you should sing and, like, do stuff with your
Practice.
voice. And, like,
That's what
I
I mean.
really want to get Michael set up with, like, singing lessons once we get down to LA to, like, help him refine it more. And so it's crazy to see this, like, top 50 on iTunes, like, song that Michael sings, like, take off, like, and be so successful. And I'm just, like,
It's
super proud of him
amazing.
and happy for
Just
him.
keep singing. Yeah, don't stop practicing. Like, you've
Yeah,
really
don't
got
stop.
like,
It's amazing.
you
Oh,
have to.
You don't need to tell him don't stop. He sings all the time. I can't make him stop.
I do.
That's good though. That's how you get better. Like, that's how it starts. So just never stop. Never stop singing.
What's funny is I'll be
appreciate that.
sitting, I like to sing to myself, like, as I'm just walking around the apartment or the house or whatever, and every time I start, like, just singing to myself, Michael immediately chimes in and just starts belting out music, and it's not even, like, the song I'm singing, it's just some random song, and for ages I've wanted to make, like, a compilation video of, like, him doing that, where I just start singing, and then suddenly he's just like, hey now, you're an all-star, out of just fucking nowhere.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play.
It's just nothing but that all day, every day. I'll just distantly from the other side of the house now, all I hear is just him singing Addict, like very distantly, and I'm like, ah, yes.
Or another song that I have to learn for something.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, you got another song coming along. You're very musical lately.
Yeah, for a game, I have to learn that song, so that'll be fun.
Yes.
There were a lot of questions on the Twitter thread about Addict. I couldn't put those in because this isn't about Addict, but I will say that we're gonna try to see if we can get like Chi-Chi or Silva or anybody on like a stream in the future. Maybe
Yes.
that might be fun.
An
We're gonna see
Addict
if we can get check with
HuniCast
them.
will be coming. Do not worry. We will cover all of those questions then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And then moving on, we have from Nathan Scoot. They say, hey guys, hope you are liking the new place. Just wanted to say thank you guys for inspiring me to draw again and get better at it and maybe pursue a career in animation. Thank you again and have a great day.
Aw, that's super sweet.
Aw.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And
Very
then
sweet being able to inspire people to do art.
next up, we've got Avarian Stacy saying, can Alistair... ... As a less Mimi request, can Elsie do more adorable awooing like from her last appearance? She absolutely stole everyone's hearts with that. Ashley probably giggled mid-sentence, calling you out from the past. Shut up, I'm not! Ugh.
Ow. 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 Stop me, I'm gonna keep going.
Oh my god.
What was that?
It's a burping Awu.
Oh, beautiful. That's really cute, honey. That's adorable.
You're welcome.
Oh, little burp. You burped in my face. Now I'm gonna go. Oh, it's gross. Ew.
I hate it here.
Oh my god.
The next one is from Daniel Casalata. They say, I want Magpie to say in character, abandon reason, know only war.
Oh
Let me,
god. So I'm not actually voicing my own character. So
I
Too
know,
bad,
but it's
voice
still,
in
it's still
character.
fun to do it.
abandon reason. No, only war.
Yes.
Yes.
Well done.
Oh,
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, hold on. Deleted too much, I think. Okay. And then up next is saucyprocess, who says, question for the Mayhem team. If and when the musical special is crowdfunded, what kind of groovy tunes should we be expecting?
sorry, can you say that again? We're having a small tech issue.
Oh, it's okay. It's a question from saucyprocess. They say, question for the Mayhem team. If and when the musical special is crowdfunded, what kind of groovy tunes should we be expecting?
Ooh,
So, like, if you have a genre of music or anything that you want to focus on.
how would you describe? Because well, the song is pretty much recorded already. So we have Wiley who did the music, Wiley Coyote, and then we have Monica who did the voice of V again, who did the singing for her as well. And Kieran did the talking parts for Mayhem, and then Black Griffin is doing the singing for Mayhem. And he's just finishing recording his singing right now, so the song is pretty much done aside from Black Griffin's part. So how would you describe the song? It would be like 80s,
Sort of Phantom of the Opera, sort of 80s, sort of.
like yeah, like pop rock opera.
Yeah,
Very 80s, very like Halloween 80s.
Halloween 80s, yeah.
But we'll probably be posting the song as soon as it's done. Pretty much, we'll be adding it to the project.
Yeah, give you all a sneak peek.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah. Up next is Andrew at Art King 1. They say, congrats on the move. Hope the Bay Area is kind to you guys. For the guests, yes, including you, Elsie. Can you name any particular artists that turned you on to metal music? And will Elsie ever do a metal cover? If she has, I probably missed it.
I really genuinely thought it was going to end at turned you on, and I was like,
Me
what?
too.
Why?
Like, don't ask me that question, please.
But yeah, who got you into or
Yeah,
made
what are
you
some
enjoy
metal
metal
artists
music?
that you guys
Well,
are into?
I mean, like, with the metal cover thing, like, I've actually done quite a few metal songs. If you go on my website, hey, plug, I actually have a metal vocals reel. So if you go on elsielovelock.com, there's a metal vocals reel and you can hear me sing metal. But yeah, I'm not really like massive. I do like metal, but I'm not like very knowledgeable about it. So I'll leave the rest of that to you guys because you probably know way more about that than I do.
Really not informed on metal either. So
I'm like,
There's actually two things I want to shout out regarding metal, though. There's Jonathan Young, who's like a guy who does mostly like song covers, and he turns them into metal songs, and it's really, really good. And then there's a Russian animation called My Metal Family, and the first video they did was like a song which is completely animated, and it's really, really good. And then they did a completely animated series all on their own. About the characters from that music video, and it's so good. So seriously, just go check it out if you can.
Dang, I'll have to
Ooh.
check it out afterwards. That
Yeah.
sounds really cool.
I'll post a link in the chat afterwards.
Yeah,
My
please do.
my boyfriend is like super into metal and like heavy metal, all of that, like the really intense shit. And he was showing me some. I'm like, that is awesome. Like what they have on the stage, it's very performative, some of it, and they have like a full orchestra and choir. It was so cool. So I'm definitely gonna listen to more of that stuff.
I don't listen to a lot of metal anymore, but I definitely still appreciate it. But I listened to so much of it when I was an angry, rage-filled teenager.
I had like
those
those
were my
like, those
metal
sisters
days.
in high school who like loved all that like angry metal teen, stuff. I think Evanescence was about as far as I used to go.
Oh
back
god.
they don't even count. But yeah.
Ashley, would
How
Honey
can
Bun
you
shred?
see
Would Honey
into
Bun shred a
my
guitar?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
If I had any musical skill at all, I would absolutely shred the fucking guitar.
You've
Just,
got a
like, moshing in her
ukulele, I
ears,
think.
just going up and down.
The only thing I've shredded is a piano as a 10-year-old, and by shredded I mean I played it very poorly, and my
Aw.
music teacher yelled at me because I was so bad.
Shred it.
Shred the piano.
But piano. And then our next question is from Blossomy. They say, "Hey guys, great to see you all streaming again. I really enjoyed the Mayhem pilot, and I can't wait to see what comes next. My question for Magpie and Sir Mayhem: what was your favorite part about making the pilot?"
Ooh.
Well, I wasn't really involved in the pilot.
Well,
so
you were involved
Yeah, it
in
was
the
a
animated
surprise
intro,
for you.
so
intro, yeah.
so you can
So-
speak for that.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, my favorite part. Oh god, I know it might sound weird, but I love shading animations. So I think like the shading at the very end and doing all the compositing, because it's when all the shots come together, and just seeing it, be finalized is so satisfying for me. And I'm very picky about the kind of lighting and like little effects I want. So there's a this subtle effect I add at the end where like there's the colors are like slightly blurred at the end to make it a bit more like an 80s type cartoon. And I just love all the little finishing touches, really. I love writing stories as well, so doing the script was pretty fun too. So that's the
Yeah.
favorite part for me. So what about you?
Definitely planning it when we first did all. So we're doing all this storyboard and working out what we're doing each for the scenes, and
Oh,
I love
yeah.
doing that because we were brainstorming and bouncing ideas off each other, and it was I really enjoyed that bit. Yeah, I loved it. And seeing the end bit come together, all it was just brilliant seeing it all come together and all the different everyone's work, and amazing. Yeah.
Oh, and I just want to say, by the way, a quick thank you to all the people who's trying to donate to the Indiegogo, because I keep seeing notifications of that, and thank you so much to everyone who's
Yes,
supporting it.
thank you. That's amazing of you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you, everybody. And just for anybody who missed it before or might have just arrived, there's a link to the Indiegogo to support the Mayhem Project down below, so please go check it out and donate if you can.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And the next one is just a dumb, fun little request. It's from Toxibun. And they say, just a fun request. Yell out the first word or words that come to mind.
P.S.
First.
Oh, Ashley.
No! Goddamn!
Oh,
The first word that comes to
Sorry.
No!
The first
Stop!
thing that comes to my
I'm
mind.
leaving!
Hey, Ashley.
No.
The first thing that comes to my mind is
No.
I gotta pee. You take over.
God damn it!
God.
Oh my god. The first thing that comes to my mind is food, because I'm really hungry.
I'm hungry too.
I really want some big chicken.
Ashley, I might
Big
order some food while
chicken.
we're streaming.
Dude, you want to order some big chicken?
Yeah.
Dude, I might order some big chicken, but first I
Hell
gotta
yeah.
pee, so let me do that.
All right. First
BRB.
piss, then big chicken. Got it.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So, next up, we've got Krista Art saying, for Elsie Lovelock, do you imagine
Ooh.
yourself being on a Disney/DreamWorks movie someday as a character?
Oh my god, I wish. I think part of it is that you have to live in LA though, or maybe I'd get like, I don't know. There's always that dream that like when you put stuff out on YouTube that one day a big exec from Disney will see, one of your videos, but it's more so about hard work and being in the right place at the right time, but doesn't mean that I can't dream. Idina Menzel was voicing Elsa when she was like in her late 30s, early 40s or 40s or something like that, so it's never too late. So yeah, long story short, I fucking would, but let's hope. Let's hope one day maybe.
I think a lot of us, our dreams are someday to work on like a Disney or DreamWorks
Oh
property.
god, yeah.
Just at least once, because
Oh
that's
yeah, I
so
even
cool.
want to be in like the choir. Like I think to be like a main character, you'd have to be like a celebrity, which I don't think I'd ever get to that status. But I would love to like even be like in a choir or background voices or just something. Even that would be amazing. But yeah, that's a really sweet question. Thank you. One day, hopefully.
I believe in you.
Thank you, baby.
We all do.
Yes,
Thank you,
it will
babies.
happen.
Everybody believe in Elsie super hard and she will get there.
Thank
Send in
you.
positive vibes.
Thank
Aw.
you so much.
I mean, it's not like she need it. She's a wonderful talent, but
No,
you know.
she's a very
Thank you
talented
so
lady.
much. Bless you. Oh, that bless. Thank you.
Next up, we've got Sauce! Exclamation point! Saying, "Hey there! Huge fan of Has-Been and Mayhem. I got a question for Magpie since you did most of the backgrounds in gouache. Did you learn how to paint with it for the pilot, or did you have experience beforehand? Thank you."
I actually did before. So the funny thing is, I used to do traditional before I did digital, because I started drawing quite early on. So when I started drawing, like really getting into it, I think it was about 13, and I started learning traditional by copying pages from Batman comics because I was really into that, and so that's what really got me into art. And I used to actually do a lot of portraits and like realistic paintings and things like that. So I did that before I did anything cartoony. I loved oil painting. I've done all of it really. Oil, acrylics, gouache, everything that's art materials. I've tried it. I've done some sculpting as well. So yeah, I just always loved it, but it takes quite a bit of time to do it traditionally because you don't have like the fill tool where you can just click and all the color is filled. You have to do it manually. You have to layer it, wait for it to dry, and so when I started doing it for a living, I couldn't really do that anymore because it wasn't, I just couldn't keep up with it. Because with the Mayhem pilot, I can do maybe 2, maybe 3 backgrounds in a day, but if I do it digitally, I can do maybe like 5 or 6. So
Jesus.
I just, especially with Has-Been, and now I work on Helava, I have to just like keep doing it because I'm doing Helava, I'm doing the Mayhem comics, the Mayhem animations, and my commissions on the side. So with all of these things going on all at once, I just have to be fast. So digital is the way to go.
You are an
She's amazing.
absolute machine.
Absolutely
Thank you.
And it all turns out so wonderful and lovely. Like, if you had told me that, like, the backgrounds you do so quickly, I would have never guessed. I'd be like, this must have taken you, like, 20 hours. Like, it turns out so good. Also,
I think the painting I did for you, I probably put maybe... I think I went a bit faster than I originally thought. I think I put maybe, like, 10 to 12 hours into it.
It shows. It turned out lovely. I gotta get it repaired. Thanks, mail. And then I will show it to people.
I felt so bad.
It's not your fault. It's stupid mail carriers.
Rubbish post service.
You were so devastated when it came in and it was fucked.
I was so sad.
Oh.
It's not your fault though. It turned out beautiful, and I will I will get it nice and good, and then I will show it to the internet, and I'll be like, "Go show Magpie love. She's amazing."
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, when you were talking about traditional painting, I just had the thought, like, so this happens to me all the time. Does this ever happen to you? How often do you try and press Control-Z when you mess up in traditional art? Because it happens to me constantly. Or I'm just like, oh crap, I painted over the line. Control-Z. Wait a minute. Fuck.
I used to, and then not really anymore now, because it's like when I first started doing traditional again and I hadn't touched it in a while, it did feel like that a bit, but then when I was doing it pretty much every day for Mayhem, I just realized, no, Control-Z isn't an option anymore.
Please, God, can I Control-Z real life? That's the only power I want, please. Just let me undo. I'm very stupid. I make many mistakes.
Oh.
Also, while you were talking, Michael snuck up behind me and grabbed my shoulders and scared the shit out of me.
Oh my
And
god.
it took
Ashley,
every fiber of being for me not to
Ashley,
scream.
Ashley, I was
Yes.
standing behind you for a solid 2 minutes before I even did that.
You were just standing behind me staring at me?
I
Oh
was-
my god.
I was waiting for you to notice and like freak out.
Oh my god.
But then I started
activity shit.
but Ashley, I started laughing and I'm like, "Oh no, if I start laughing, she's going to notice." So
You're just standing behind me, just.
yeah,
for
like
2
I
minutes
started
straight.
laughing like a fucking idiot, and I'm just like, oh no, she's gonna notice me. I need to make it apparent right away, and so I just like grabbed your shoulders.
Oh,
You are the world's biggest asshole. I hate you.
Thank you.
You're
I-
welcome, babe.
Paul does that to me all the time when we like watch movies and stuff. He like just we'll be watching, I'll be chilling stuff, and then he'll turn around and be like, "Wah!" and he like
She's
screams
so
at me.
easy to scare.
I-
It's brilliant.
Oh, and I literally fell off the bed because he scared me so much earlier. Like we were just talking, and then he just like shouted at me like to scare me, and it works every time. So then I tried to get him back, but it never works.
No.
So then what I do is I wait for him to like go to the bathroom, and I hide behind the door. And as soon as he comes out, I like jump and I just yell at him.
Yeah, you got me good there, I must admit. Yeah, you did get me back.
Oh god.
I guess it's karma for me because I will absolutely scare the shit out of Michael every chance I get, just as a revenge. So I guess it's
I
earned
dare
on
ya.
my part.
Try it.
I have before. I
You
can
have
do
and
it
you
again.
will always.
All right. So next up,
This one is very fitting for you, Ashley.
I know this one's
Oh, God.
definitely for me. This one's from Hemro saying, "What are the pros and cons of being a furry? I want to know because my friend is basically forcing me to become one, and I want to know the downsides. I thought you guys would be the best to help me out. Love you both and love the podcast." So, the first thing you should know about being a furry is don't. Next up is no, genuinely.
But if you become a furry, you'll become very wealthy, from what I've heard.
Yeah, God. Being a furry is weird, and like because I am basically a furry, but I don't feel like I'm a furry because like if I'm ever in like a furry convention or furry spaces, I genuinely don't feel like I belong because I have I'm not really part of like the furry culture or anything like that, or however you would call it or explain it. But honestly, genuinely, do whatever you want. The one downside to being a furry is people will try and make fun of you. Just have a thick skin about it, because the only people who can really make fun of furries are furries themselves, because we know best how absurd we are. But no, it's a lot of fun. Like, just do what you enjoy. Like, I never said I'm going to become a furry. I just said to myself, hey, I like anthro characters. I feel like a bunny would fit me best more than any sort of human character. And so if you want to dive all into the furry culture and all that, go for it. It's a lot of fun. The furry community is absolutely wonderful and super sweet and supportive and talented and cool, and it seems like every other furry is like the CEO of some giant tech company, so if you want to do commissions, go for it. You'll make bank. But yeah, best of luck in your furry adventures. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So Ashley, do you have a fun way of explaining to Paul what a furry is? 'Cause he keeps
Oh,
asking me, what's
no.
a furry?
Oh no, he doesn't know.
No.
Paul!
No.
How have you
Okay,
been
but-
so blessed to not know what furries are?
See.
Oh my
Paul
God, it's
was
gonna be
very,
just like
very
that one news station when that one lady discovered what furries were and she left the fucking newsroom.
Oh my god. Are you
Okay,
serious?
so
Hold on, I'll find that video for you to watch, Elsie, if you haven't seen it.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
So a furry is somebody who likes anthropomorphic animal characters. So like the characters in Zootopia or the old Disney Robin Hood with the fox.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it's
That's
like
one
people
of my favorites, yeah.
people who really enjoy anthropomorphic artwork, and I think one of the requirements that people say is you have to have like a fursona, which is basically like a version of yourself that is an anthropomorphic animal. And so basically if you like anthropomorphic artwork a lot and you have a fursona,
wow.
that basically makes you a furry. Like there's like some people say you're only a furry if you have like a fursuit, which is a like complete suit based around your character or another character. Like, you know, like mascots at theme parks, like that sort of thing. So
Oh, right.
it's an interesting sub community of
Yeah.
people, and people
Well,
are like,
funny
hey
enough, we
Ashley,
were
you're a
watching
furry, and I'm like,
Zootopia
sure.
earlier, me
Yeah.
and Raven, and we were saying, what animal would you be? So, what did you say you were going to
A
be?
magpie?
That's it. I said I'd be a big cuddly panda.
Aw.
So
No, explain to him what the weird side of the furry is, because he doesn't know.
I could probably guess.
We ain't gonna get into the weird side of furry. We don't talk about
Am I a
that.
furry if I'm in love with Legoshi from Beastars?
Absolutely.
Does that make me a
Yep.
furry?
You're
Damn
a furry
it.
now. Yep.
God damn it.
I
'cause
became
was
a
like,
furry
what
the
the-
moment I saw Lola in
"Ooh."
Space Jam. Like,
Well,
I
was
doomed.
like, I'm not a furry, but oh yeah, he was. That
well,
was
I know
a
what I'm
good
doing
show.
tomorrow now.
Oh God. Yeah, let's just say that there's a lot of people who like to buy, let's say, forward drawings of furries, and that's why,
definitely an aspect of furrydom for
yeah,
Oh,
sure.
there's
yeah.
a lot of it online. So that's why when we say we're furry, everyone thinks of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's like one of the
see.
major downsides of being a furry is everybody assumes like, oh, you like the sexy furries, and it's like, no, that's not like what like. Like, you can be a fan of anime. That doesn't mean you're obsessed with hentai, you know?
Exactly.
Oh God.
Like,
I'm
they're
just gonna
related,
say,
but
though,
that's not a requirement. That's not the thing.
Yes, it is. No, I'm kidding.
By the way, Elsie, I
I'm
have to
joking.
introduce you to Jonah now that I have that information that you love Legoshi. I have to have
Yeah.
Jonah torment you.
Oh my God, no, please. Please, no.
We're gonna get Jonah to go, oh, Elsie.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
God,
He
I
wants,
remember I was
he
watching
wants
it a
to
few
be on
months
another
ago.
I
HuniCast.
know.
Oh, that
So-
would be, oh my God, yeah, if I was, oh my God, if I was ever on one with him, like, don't. 'Cause I was a few months ago when I was actually watching it, I was like texting my boyfriend, I was like, I'm watching this, oh my God, I'm watching this amazing anime, and it's like, they're like animals, but they're like, and it's like, it's so good, and he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, but it's so good, oh my God, I'm fucking crying. Oh my God, I love it so much. But yeah, I was like, is my moth persona, is that or is that buggy? Like, if you're a bug, what does that mean? Is that insecty? Buggy?
Buggy? I like
Wingy?
Buggy. I like
Buggy?
Buggy.
The buggy. I coined the term. I copyright it. It's mine.
Yeah, Elsie, you have a
Elsie Lovelock,
fursona, you have a
copyright,
moth
Buggy.
persona, you're now a furry. It's been decided.
And I'm a buggy.
I'm
You're
a buggy. I'm a buggy.
Name.
But yeah, for those who enjoy the Beastars HuniCast, stay tuned. We're working on possibly having another one sometime soon. So yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway, furries are weird. Moving on, we've got Nick, bored TV watchers, saying, hope you are all well during the pandemic, especially you two movers. My question is for our special guests. What is your plan after the short and comic you plan on making? Are you aiming to make a series and get picked up by a studio, or is it just online content right now?
Ooh, okay, I'll say something first and then you can.
Yeah.
So after the Halloween special, so there's this other project that I have called Kinas Adventure. So it's a webcomic I started to do, but I want to start doing more animated projects of it. So we would be doing both at the same time. So I would be doing a Kina and a Mayhem would probably alternate between the two.
Yeah.
We definitely plan on doing more comics. And if we can get funding for our animations, then definitely we'll continue doing animations. But I was thinking of maybe trying to pitch it to Netflix eventually. So
That
we'll
would be so
see
cool.
when- that would be really, really good. But
I'm so excited that she's going back to Kina because I'm
Aw.
such a fan of that. And I just wanted one request: more Zod.
Zed, yeah.
Sorry, Zod. We're getting another character called Zod. We can arrange that. But no, more Zed definitely.
But yeah,
But no, I was so excited she's going to do that. So
Oh,
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
brilliant news.
what,
I know
like,
he keeps telling me, you need to work on your comic. I'm like, but I love Mayhem too. But
We can
yeah,
love
like,
both
do you want
equally.
to talk more about like what Kina is and like what that's all about?
okay. So Kinas Adventure is more so you know how Mayhem is more like of a comedy type show. Kina has some comedy in it, but when Mayhem is more episodic, Kina is like one giant storyline. Because I've been planning the story for years and years, so I've really all written down everything. There's character sheets everywhere. And it's quite dark. So it's a story. The main character is called Kina. All the characters are like aliens, so it takes place in space. It's very sci-fi, And Kina is this very pure character, and she comes from a planet which is like the perfect utopia, pretty much. And she just wants to know what the other planets are like, so she decides to travel. And she's one of the first people of her planet who decide to go outside because they think their planet is so good that they don't really see the point of leaving. But she just really wants to know. And every person she meets is pretty much a villain, and every one character she meets is are just worse than the others. And she starts to slowly learn about everything, and she wants to make friends with all the people and kind of like fix everything that she sees, you know. And some people will genuinely be her friend, and some people will really take advantage of her. And there's just so much about it. Honestly, I can't even summarize it like that easily. But on my channel, I have the comic dub for the first issue, which is about 30 minutes. So if you want to check that out, it will definitely give you a good vibe of, you know, what the story's like.
Awesome. Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, peeps, go check that out. And where can they find that again?
My channel, my YouTube channel. So I don't know if I can put a link in the chat or something, or if I'll just tweet it later.
Yeah, check out Magpie on Twitter. Your Twitter is Magpie Feather?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, people go check her out. And I have to say, while you were talking, Michael's in a mood today, I think. Michael walked out of the other room because we're in 2 separate rooms right now. He walked out of the room, walked over to my eye shot, and fucking, like, just looked at me, waved, and then walked away.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I just stared at him like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you up to? And he just started dying because I was just glaring at him like, what the fuck?
She's ready for me. She knows that I'm being a piece of shit.
I think Michael's just hyper to have a fucking HuniCast again. He's all excited, just like, oh, yay, I'm gonna fuck with Ashley a bunch. Woo!
Time to mess with Ashley.
Aww.
That's how these HuniCasts go, as people say. I've built an empire off my suffering.
Oh, yeah.
This one, however, is lovely, and I appreciate that. Next up, we've got XOXORLK saying, wanted to say everything your entire team does is phenomenal. My question, as an inspiring voice actor, I have always been curious how the auditioning for those usually go. I did tons of stage stuff in school and have always wanted to voice act.
Do you want to go first, Michael?
No, I
or-
figure you should probably go first because I've answered questions kind of like this before on previous ones. So if you want to give some
Yeah,
insight on your
I
end, that
mean,
might be good.
That's the thing. I will say, like, keeping it short, like everyone's
It's not
story is
always the
different.
same. Every
Yeah,
process
like,
is different. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, if you go on Voice Acting Club, it's a forum which is made by
Kira
Kira
Buckland, right?
Buckland.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's very informative and it's so helpful. And she's basically typed up like whole posts talking about like every aspect about getting into it, etiquette, tech stuff. Definitely go on it. It can answer everything better than when we ever could, really, because it's so in depth. So yeah, Voice Acting Club, and they'll answer everything. But yeah, every story is different. Never give up. It can be really hard, but if it's what you're really passionate about, then don't stop. You know, just keep going.
If
Yeah.
I have one word of advice as somebody who has taken auditions from people, please read the instructions for how to submit your audition very
Oh, yeah.
carefully
God,
and be
yes,
sure
please,
you're following it.
like,
Because
oh my
your
goodness.
audition could be killer. It could be perfect. It could be amazing. You could have gotten the role, but if you don't follow the directions correctly and severely enough, if you severely enough like misdo your audition, follow the guide. I don't know how to word this.
It's
If
Like
you
really
don't follow
mislabel
the
it, or if you just do
guidelines,
something
I think
wrong.
what people forget is that it's still a job, and like any other job, like if you were submitting, say, like, you know, a written piece of work or something, you know, for any other kind of job, you would have to treat it really professionally. And it's exactly the same with voice acting. You've got to be professional in every, you know,
Mhm.
just because you're doing voices, you know, it's still very professional environment and you've got to do it properly. So that is a very good piece of advice. that
yeah, and like
Ashley's just
somebody
given.
who's
That's very important.
taken auditions, like if I see you're not following like the basic directions, I'm like, how is it going to be to work with you? You know,
Exactly.
This is
It's so
is
important.
not just you giving me things. This is a working relationship moving forward. So being clear that you understand what you're doing, following the directions, and making it clear that you're going to be easy to work with is very, very important. Because honestly, I will go with my second choice voice if it seems like that person is going to be better for me to work with, because that's one of the most important things to me personally. But it's always different with everybody. So yeah.
Exactly. Perfect answer.
Thank you.
Be a good voice, be a good actor, but also be very reliable.
Don't be a dick. That's the most important thing.
Exactly.
Don't be a dick.
It's
oh
a
my
small,
god, don't be a dick.
It's a large community, but it's also small because it's very tight knit. So you know, if you're a piece of shit, people are gonna talk.
People will know.
Oh, yeah.
People will fucking know. I'm not even kidding. If you're a piece of shit even once, it's never forgotten. So never be a piece of shit.
Like,
That's
honestly,
my-
that advice could be
word.
that advice could go to almost any job in
Exactly.
this field.
Oh, yeah.
Literally
Oh, yeah.
anything. Like any
be-
job. Just don't be a fucking cock. Like
Be a
just be a
good
nice
person.
person. It gets you so far. Like good
And if you're
grief.
reliable and easy to work with, like, even if your skills aren't totally like top notch, being easy to work with is one of the top things that will get you hired.
And being
Exactly.
nice is good too. Like if you're nice, if you seem like you care and you're passionate about it, you know, everybody knows that, you know, as time goes on, you improve. And,
Exactly.
you know, nobody's gonna really judge you for stuff that you've, you know, started with if you're
Exactly.
okay and you're just getting better and better with time, you know. So don't be afraid to get your voice out there also if you're like brand
Exactly.
new and if you're just starting out.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. And like,
Be
honestly,
willing to try.
I love seeing people who like initially like apply to me and their work isn't like what I need quite yet. So I'll usually like, you know, I'll have to pass on them. But then they'll apply to me again later with a new reel and like all new material, and I'll see how much they've improved. Like, that's something I personally love to see, because
God,
like
yeah.
a lot of people are afraid to apply because they don't feel like good enough and stuff. And even if you aren't good enough, like, we won't think, oh, their work is terrible, I never want to work with them. We go, okay, they're just not quite there yet. Let's see how they
Exactly.
develop. And if I see somebody like developing and improving and reapplying with new material, and like doing like improving a bunch, I'll be like, oh, they're working really hard, they're learning and they're improving, they must be a really hard worker, I should keep an eye on them. And there has been a case where somebody applied to me initially and their work wasn't up to snuff, and then I saw them improve with new material the second go around, and I was like, okay, I want to hire you, I know you're gonna do a good job and I know that you're trying. So like, always apply, even if you don't feel good enough. You may get the job,
if
and
you're
even
not
if you don't,
suited for
you'll
it.
be noticed, you know. And that's
Exactly.
important.
And
It's
even if
like
you're
the
not
end.
suited to that particular job, like even down the line, you might be like, the amount of times that I've submitted to something, haven't got chosen, and then later on they're like, we think you'd be a better fit for this. That happens as well. So just never stop auditioning. Sorry, Paul, I interrupted you. Go on.
No, that's all right. No, we just did a voice auditions before, didn't we, for the Origin comic, just for a couple of characters. And we had so many people come forward, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we were doing I've never done this experiences before, so it was a new thing for me to do. But we listened to these people, and my God, there's so much talent out there, and it was amazing. And we were thinking exactly what you said. They weren't right for the character, but we've got their names down for future projects we can use. And it was just
Exactly.
wonderful to hear these people put so much passion into it, and it was wonderful. So yeah, you know, please put your names forward and do your best, because it's wonderful to hear.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Yeah. And that's it for Twitter questions. Next is Instagram.
We got Instagram peeps.
Instagram.
We got a question from Genser Draws, who says, question for the group. What keeps all of you motivated in life and or work?
Should we answer this in succession?
Spite? Is spite an
Who
answer?
starts?
Spite's
Oh
a
my
pretty
God,
good
me too.
reason.
uh
Oh my god.
Honest to
Yeah.
God, it's like, that's not my real answer, but it's kind of my real answer. For years, I like made art literally just to spite my parents, because they didn't want me to make art and they thought that
oh my
was
God.
terrible. And they're like, no, don't make art. And I'm like, I'm going to make all of the art possible. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I think that's the thing. Like, it's healthy to feel like that if you feel like that internally and if it motivates you and you don't take it out on anyone else. Because one thing I would really like to say is that it's okay to be fueled by like, envy or, even spite, as long as you don't take it out on other people. Because, I've seen so many times I've been like, oh man, I would have really wanted that role. I'm going to try even harder. And like, it fuels me to work even more. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't know if anyone watched Glee when like Rachel is like,
Put a gold star next to my name. I'm working out on the treadmill. I have my smoothie at 6 a.m.
and she's like training like all the time. Like, that's me. But like, motivation wise, I'm like, I'm never going to stop until I get to where I want to be. Like, that's me. But I don't know. I think like being fueled by like doing something you love is really important. And like, you can get burnout as well. So it's important to take breaks. But just remember to treat yourself well. Don't burn yourself out. Don't be unhealthy. And just keep it at a healthy level. But just keep going. But yeah, that's my answer.
One of the
What
other
about
things
you?
that really drove me as a young artist that's also very silly is when I was first getting into drawing, I was like kind of into it. And then I discovered DeviantArt. And then I discovered what fan art was. And I'm like, what?
Are you telling me that if I make characters and people like them, other people will draw them? What?
So it was a mix of spite and also just like, I just want to make characters and get fan art.
Now you get nothing but fan art.
And
so-
now I get a ton of fan art and it was like, yes, tiny baby Ashley
Yeah.
is pleased. My goals have become a reality. Ha. But anyway,
my
I'm
God.
sorry for interrupting you, Magpie. What were you going to say?
No, it's okay because I thought we were all like, answering the question. So, for me, I mean, I've always been drawing all my life, so it's like I can't really see my life without drawing. But about the projects, it was Paul who really like motivated me to get this started because I knew that he had all of his talents, lying there, and he wasn't doing anything with it. And I was like, I really need to like do something that will just like really make him do it. And so that motivated me so much. But now, honestly, just seeing how much he's changed since the film, it motivates me so much. Like I can't even. I mean, I'm still doing films for myself. Don't get me wrong, but just seeing him be so happy and motivated by everything. Just seeing how excited he gets every time we put up something, it's just wow. It
Aw.
just makes me want to never stop doing it.
Aw.
Seriously, like even if it's like Kinas Adventure, it's my own project. Just I can't even put it into words. Just how happy it makes me to just see him like get excited about all these projects and see him succeed.
Aw.
What about you? What's
What
motivating
you
you?
inspire me.
Aw.
I mean, you do because you showed me the Pop Mayhem pilot, and you brought my character to life, and all the other wonderful people we meet. Like it's like Elsie who's done Queen Bee, and Kieran, and Hellbent, and Wiley. They're just fantastic, talented people, and they all inspire me. So the people in general, there's some fantastic people out there, and I've met some fantastic people, and it's all thanks to Magpie.
Aw.
So yeah, that's what inspires me. Is just seeing all this work, and yeah,
Aw,
Oh, that's
that's
so
super sweet.
We inspire each other. That's
so, yeah.
sweet.
Michael, what inspires you?
Food.
Oh, that's fair. Food's
What?
good.
No.
Of course.
Oh god.
No, honestly, what inspires me, I don't know. I actually, that's probably the shittiest answer. I literally have not discovered what really inspires me yet. I don't really know exactly what it is. I just like doing what I do. So I guess just my own enjoyment. Which I don't think there's anything wrong with like not having a very specific reason to enjoy what you're doing. So like if there are other people that have that issue, I don't think that's exactly wrong to do things for self-fulfillment. I think that's pretty healthy.
Well, I mean, you're just inspired by what brings you joy, and that's voice acting. So I think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have the questions pulled up anymore. Fuck. Question.
The next one is from Nicho GP. They say Elsie, Lovelock, Magpie, and Sir Mayhem. Oh wait, this is literally the same question we got
we've-
before. Why did
I think we've
why did I
answered the
grab
same
this
question
again?
twice.
We've answered this question before, Nico, but thank you very much for asking. We have answered this a few times.
I hope you saw that, because your question.
I'm sure you've seen it. We answered it twice.
Just rewind. It's fine. Just go back.
Yeah, it'll be there.
Yeah, here, this one is not so Mayhem related. This is from Moonlight Dusk MD. They ask, what's your favorite Pokemon? And if you can't pick, what's your favorite type?
Mime Junior.
Eevee. It's gotta be Eevee. Eevee's so cute and fluffy.
Probably Charmander.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
I'm with Ashley on Eevee.
Mr. Mime's my favourite. I love Mr. Mime.
Oh, Mr. Mime's a good
Junior
one.
is the baby form of Mr. Mime, and Mime
He is,
Junior is my
yes.
favorite. I love it. When I first saw it, like back in 2008, like when it was in like Diamond and Pearl, I was like, like I nearly had a heart attack.
Mime
It
Jr. is
was.
super cute.
It's so fucking cute. And then it was like James had one in the anime as well, and it was just the most adorable thing. It's just perfect. I love it so much.
Dude,
I just want one.
I love Pokemon. That was like the first game that I ever played, like ever, because I wasn't allowed to have video games growing up. So I finally saved up enough quarters, because the only way I could get a Game Boy was by cutting the dead flowers in my mom's garden, and I got a quarter for every single like dead stem that I picked. And so I had to pick God knows how many dead flowers out of that garden to get enough quarters for the $100 Game Boy. I don't even remember how much they used to be.
Oh my god. You must have been like, how many dead flowers were there? Like,
Oh my god,
you must have been killing the flowers yourself. Like, Mom, the flower died.
Yeah, I think a few
And you just,
fine
like,
flowers
flamethrowing
died
it.
in the process. But yeah, no, my mom's garden was absolutely huge, just hundreds.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, I just spent an entire summer saving up, and the first game I got was Pokemon Yellow. So, like, I worked my ass off for that game, and now...
Oh, you worked for that. Jesus Christ.
And so now whenever, like, a new Pokemon game comes out, or I see anything Pokemon related, I just go, and I just start crying, just out of sheer joy.
Dead flowers.
So many flowers.
Oh.
But anytime I see
God.
anything Pokemon related, I just like break down and like cry because I'm so happy. And
Aw.
I swear to God, when Pokemon Let's Go was announced and they showed like the interaction mechanics with like Eevee for the first time, and like how you can pet like Eevee.
Oh my
and
god,
stuff,
I know.
I started
Oh.
bawling. I was like, "That's the cutest thing I've ever
It was such a
seen."
sweet function that you could do that. Oh my god.
And Ashley,
I-
you have the little Pokeball too that makes little Eevee
Mhm.
noises that came with Let's Go. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
when
so
I was playing
cute.
Let's Go, anytime Eevee would do anything cute, I'm sure Michael heard me just like whimper, just like, "Oh my god," like that's the cutest thing. Like just
Eevee's
dying.
baby.
Evie is baby. I almost named my cat Evie because she looks like
That would be a
big,
really
fluffy
cute name for a
Eevee.
cat, actually.
Right? Maybe
Now
my
that I
next
Well,
think
you
about
cat.
it.
couldn't name Rose anything because we have a contract. She has to keep her designated name, doesn't she?
Oh,
has a
really?
contract.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Because we got her from a specialty breeder.
Oh, yeah, she's gorgeous. She's such a beautiful cat.
Yeah, when I
She
got Rose, I
is.
had to sign an agreement that says I could never profit off Rose's likeness. And, like, I had to, like, name her a specific way. And, like, I had to ask them, like, is it okay for me to post pictures of her on social media? Like, is that even allowed? It was a very interesting time.
Yeah, there was someone that approached me, and Ashley. I think they just approached me though, where they wanted, because they were doing like a cat-related game, and they wanted to ask if they could use Rose's likeness, and I literally had to say no because we can't actually. Do
I want to
that.
make merch of Rose and sell it, but I'm like, I'll get in trouble. I could just do a generic ragdoll. They would never know.
They'll never know.
Also, I've been looking at the chat, and it's been a non-stop fucking stream of just people saying, "Oh, Ashley." Nothing "Oh, Ashley" related has even happened. That's just the entire chat the whole time. No, you stop that.
Oh, Ashley.
Stop.
Oh, Ashley, we got a delivery. I'm gonna grab it for you. I'm
Michael
gonna grab the delivery.
Michael always like tries to get my attention by saying "Oh, Ashley," and it's not even like intentional. that's how he gets people's attention. He goes, oh, so and so. So he'll go, oh, Ashley, and I just stare at him like daggers, just like, what do you want? Hi, there he is. He's right behind me now.
Hello, I'm grabbing package.
Grab baggage.
But anyway, chat, I see you with all your
Oh
Ashley
god, the
bullshit.
chat. Good
Now
grief.
it's going insane.
Ashley.
I apologize to my moderator.
God. Yeah. Good grief.
Oh, speaking of, the very next question. Boiled Trash says, how would you summarize what Mayhem is about? Also, can everyone say, oh, Ashley?
Oh, Ashley.
No, stop it!
Package for you.
Oh, thank you for grabbing the mail. Stop it!
I was trying something different.
Did you say oh actually in your penguin voice?
Oh, no.
You're all fucking saying, oh, Ashley. Michael's grabbing the mail, like, just...
Mail.
Completely oblivious.
Oh, Lord.
Ashley.
No, stop.
I was doing like the Tim Curry
Ashley.
version.
Oh, are we just all posh? No.
Oh my god.
Anyway, do you want to summarize what Mayhem is about?
Would you like a
Mayhem.
carrot?
Well,
Stop
Mayhem,
it.
bless him. He's a supervillain, but he keeps trying, but he doesn't seem to get anywhere. Bless him. He just likes blowing things up. Basically, he tries to do things, but ends up blowing things up. And he's got a brilliant assistant and his best friend V,
Aw.
who's always looking out for him and basically saves his bacon half the time. So he needs her in his life, but he would never admit it because
Aw,
he's too big-headed.
that's
But
super
he
cute.
does need her, and every supervillain should have a V.
Oh, that's so sweet.
V's just on his side, just like, hey, maybe we shouldn't blow up something today. Maybe we should be productive. And Mayhem's just like, no, explosions require
Yeah, exactly,
explosions.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, he just keeps trying. Everyone loves to try, don't they? He wants to be successful at something, but he just ends up blowing things up.
I mean, that's fair.
But
Hey, we were
sometimes it
talking about
works out.
But it does work out in the end, though.
Yes.
talking about
It does work
motivations and
out. Not to plan.
inspiration earlier. Explosions are definitely a good motivator.
Of course.
All right.
Who
Next,
doesn't love a good explosion?
next up, we've got Anxious Ace asking, how does everyone warm up for their jobs?
Me and Elsie sing.
We sing. No, I actually do. If you go on Jacob's Vocal Academy, it's a really good YouTube channel where there's so many different exercises. I do that like pretty much every day before I record anything because the difference is so crazy. It really helps. So do it. Jacob's Vocal Academy.
The only way I warm up lately, because it's the only thing that can get me to draw, is I'll just draw Angel, Alistair, or werewolves, or all of the above. It's the only thing that can get me to warm up for art.
Oh, that's cool though, that they're kind of like muses, you know?
They
get the-
are. I said on Twitter the other day that Angel and Alistair are just my art comfort food. Like, I've drawn them so
Aw.
much that I'm just, like, have memorized them. So they're just super easy to doodle. And also, they're huge assholes. So, you know, you can draw them in all
They
sorts
are
of fun
very
ways.
fun.
I don't really have like warm-ups because I have so much to do every day that I literally wake up and like even before I have breakfast or something, I literally just go through all my files. I'm like, oh, what do I have to draw today? And,
Jesus.
and then I just start right away. Like seriously, I'm a madman.
You're crazy. You're nuts.
Don't
What
burn out.
about you? How do you warm up?
Take breaks. Don't burn out.
Yeah, don't burn
Yeah.
out, please.
Don't really warm up. If I want to start drawing, I just grab my pad and start drawing.
I mean, that's fair.
So-
I usually have to do warm-ups because like I just somehow between going to bed and waking up the next day, I just forget how to draw. I'm like, I look at my tablet pen and I'm like, what is this? So I got to get myself in the groove.
Yeah, oh god, same.
I'd imagine warm-ups though are super important for like voice acting and singing though. because
You'd be
like
surprised
that's
how many people don't do them though. Like this is what I'm
That's
discovering
weird.
is that a lot of people don't do them, which is fine. Like, sometimes I forget to do them, but it's just the difference that they make is just crazy. It's like limbering up before a workout. Like it really makes so much difference and it's healthier as well. So I would highly recommend it if you do
Yeah,
more
I'm
stuff.
guilty of not really warming up before a session. I should do that more though, because when I do actually warm up ahead of time, it turns out a lot better.
well,
Oh
it's
god,
like a
yeah.
muscle that you have to
Oh, yeah.
stretch, basically.
Well, exactly.
Pretty much,
Exactly.
yeah.
All right, next up we've got Happy Lee saying, "What flavor of cake are you guys?" The cake bullshit. You guys have been seeing all the everything is cake memes on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
They're freaky. I didn't like it. They really make me like, because I don't think I could eat a cake that looks like a fucking like piece of raw chicken. It really disgusted me because I love cake, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yes,
Look
I do that.
gross." Yeah, I wasn't. I was. It was really cool. Like kudos to the cake decorator because holy shit, they look so real. But at the same time, I'm just like, ugh. There was
I
one that
think
was
we're-
like beans on toast, and then they cut it open,
Oh,
and it's like a really
no.
nice chocolate cake.
Oh.
I was like, ugh.
Have you
That's
seen the
really gross.
cake that just looks like a realistic baby?
No.
Oh no.
No.
It's
Oh,
very
no.
upsetting.
Oh, my
I saw
goodness.
that. Oh, I hate. And that the guy who did one like as his hand, and he cut into it. And I was scrolling through Twitter, and I thought it was a real fucking hand, and I nearly shat myself.
Oh, I've
And I was
seen
like,
that.
and then it was cake. I was like, that is mean. That's cruel, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
But
when
yeah,
I
I'd
saw
be
the
chocolate
hand
cake.
one,
That's
I
my favorite.
panicked too. It was so scary.
Yeah, isn't it horrid?
I've seen
I
a
gotta find that video
video.
of the guy doing the hand thing.
Oh,
I gotta
God
find
Oh,
that.
I did. Oh, it's just no.
I think I said I would be a lavender lemon blackberry cake.
Oh my god, I saw that post and it made me really want lavender stuff because lavender flavored stuff is so
It's
fucking
so
delicious.
good.
Have you ever had lavender ice cream?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Honey
Oh my
lavender ice
God.
cream is so
Yes.
good.
It's so fucking nice. Oh my god, yeah, I saw that cake you posted. It was beautiful. I was
I'm-
like, that is perfect.
I'm very obsessed with the color purple. Everything I like the color, and I like foods that are colored purple. Just anything purple, just give it
Yeah,
to me.
oh my god.
Delicious.
I'm like, I think I'm chocolate and raspberry. Not only because chocolate and raspberry is like the best combination, but it looks so pretty. I used to work in a cupcake shop and she made like the best fucking chocolate raspberry cupcake. And it was like chocolate cake, this beautiful swirl of like pink frosting, and then like some raspberries on top, and then she put glitter on it. And I was like, that's me in a cake. That's
Oh.
me in a cake. That's my cake sona. There you go.
Cake soda.
My cake sona, that's it.
I don't have a
Well-
very wide explorative like taste for cakes. I'm just shitty standard vanilla or something probably.
I would think you would be a confetti cake.
Confetti cake. Okay.
Boring, but with a little pizzazz.
Oh
A little
god.
bit.
Oh my god.
I'm willing to bet that you are a Black Forest
I'd be a
cake.
good old Black Forest scatter.
I knew it.
That would be me, yes.
Ooh,
Delicious.
they're really good. Oh my god.
Oh, it's
I
my
want one.
favourite.
Yeah, oh my god, I love them. I'm so hungry now. Fuck.
I know,
love
right?
them too.
Oh, I'm just want to go to the shop, like the 24-hour shop, and just get a massive cake and just eat it all myself.
I'm gonna check out DoorDash after this and be like, all right,
Oh,
cake
I'm so
delivery.
jealous.
I'm looking at Uber Eats right now.
Oh
You beat me
god.
to it.
So I have
Magpie,
to go to
what
bed
kind
of-
after this.
Magpie, what kind of cake would you be?
I love ice cakes. Like,
Ooh.
I don't know if that counts as a cake, but you know how in Christmas sometimes you have this like log. It looks like a log, but it's like ice cream.
Oh yeah, that's delicious.
Oh, I think I
love
know what one you
anything
mean.
that's very icy because I usually don't like sponge in cake, so I don't eat a lot of cake. It depends how it's made because we had like a Black Forest cake that was really good, and you couldn't really feel the sponge, and that was delicious. So it has to either have like a lot of cream or a lot of ice cream.
Oh,
for me
you're an
to like
icing
it.
girl. You're an icing
Yeah.
girl. You're the one at the birthday party who's like, I want the icing. Leave me the icing.
Yes.
And then, yeah,
And
there's
then I
always
leave
someone like that.
the bottom sponge of the
Mood.
Literally, I used to do that every birthday I had when my parents would get me that like cake that had like strawberries in it and like filling. I would literally just eat the filling and leave the bottom
And leave me
slice
that.
of
Oh no! Oh my god, there's always a kid that does that at a party.
it was me. And then I would go back and like pick the strawberries on the top.
Oh, I'm so hungry, guys.
I remember.
I just ordered some big chicken.
Oh my god.
Yes, I do. I like big chicken.
I remember being a kid, and it was one of my classmates' birthday, and they brought cupcakes for the class, and they only brought vanilla. And like in my teeny tiny baby life, I had never seen anybody only bring vanilla. And I asked her, I was like, "Why is there only vanilla cupcakes?" And she was like, "Oh well, I don't like chocolate." And my mind was blown. I was like, "You don't like chocolate? That's possible? What?"
Oh my god, I had a kid who was allergic to chocolate in my class when I was little, and every other kid was like, "Oh my god, F." F in the chat for this kid. Every birthday party, he couldn't have any of the chocolate stuff, and he always had to bring a substitute. Oh my god, fucking F. I can't imagine. But yeah.
I would cry
Poor
if I was
kid.
allergic
I
to
know.
chocolate.
Yeah,
Like, that would be the end for me. I'd just be done.
Yeah,
I love
same.
chocolate too much.
Yeah, same. Oh my god, I love it.
Edouard, why did you send me this cursed piece of art?
Edward sent me a message too, and I'm not even gonna look at it because I'm sure
It's
it's gonna be
probably the
cursed.
same image.
Edward is a lad.
Edward's a
lad.
good lad.
He's a lad.
George Edwards, very talented man.
He is.
What was the man?
I was gonna say fellow, but I decided to say man instead.
All right, next up we've got Alucard, the Crimson Fucker, who asked, "What was it like working with the Has-Been team?" I think we've answered this a couple times in the past, but like the only thing I can ever say is that it was wonderful. Like everybody on the
Great
Has-Been
experience,
team,
wonderful people,
Amazing.
wonderful
so
team.
sweet, so
Amazing.
funny,
Super talented.
so cool. Like just
Literally never had an issue in
Mhm.
being
Yeah,
involved in
never
it. Like
had an
wonderful
issue.
people.
yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's great.
amazing.
Viv is a wonderful boss. She's a hell of a boss.
She's a hell of a boss.
And contrary to some Twitter posts, she pays her artists very, very, very well.
Yep,
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she really does.
yeah,
I'm
she
so
is the
sick of
highest
seeing
pay
that
of any
shit.
job I've had, like by far.
Oh,
Like
me
yeah.
too.
freelance doesn't
100%.
pay a lot. She pays like at least 3 times more than any other job I've had. So like she is very wonderful and sweet, and everybody on the team is just so cool. Like that I miss working on Has-Been so much.
Oh,
Like I was
Yeah,
talking
me
to another
too.
member of the team the other day, and we were talking, like, man, I miss working on Has-Been.
Oh,
But yeah, it was a wonderful experience, and I love the Has-Been team. And then next up, we've got our last question from Instagram. And it is from Marco4K saying, "I know this isn't supposed to be a Has-Been stream, but do you guys think you'll ever get the regular voice actor for Charlie on a stream?" Yes, absolutely. I have gotten in touch with her, and she was actually going to make a surprise appearance on a previous stream, but the timing didn't work out, so she's definitely interested. Me and her have talked. She is just on the long list of guests that I need to bring onto HuniCast, because I don't do these very often, and there's so many people that I want to bring on. It takes a while, but I absolutely will. If I do, I'll have to have you, Elsie, and Ed, and Jill, who is the voice of
that'd
Charlie,
be awesome. I've
and
never
have a
spoken
big old
to her.
fun stream with
It'd
everybody.
be weird to hear her voice because I had to listen to her speaking like over and over and over and over again when I was recording the song. So that'll be weird to hear her in real life.
Yeah, how long did it take you to get like the voice down for
Oh my
that? Like,
God,
what
it
was
was-
that process like?
It was painful. I just listened to because like I listened to like her first audition, I think, like was sent to me, and that was like my only reference. So I just fucking listened to that
Oh,
like
jeez.
500,000 times and then just
Jeez.
tried to replicate it because it's so far from my own voice. Like I was just yeah, but I'd be awesome to be on a stream with her as well.
Yeah.
Never spoken to her, so that'd be great.
Yeah, I gotta get all you guys together. It would be super fun. But yes, I would love to have Jill Harris, the voice of Charlie, on. We have talked. We are in contact. We just gotta find a good date and time for it.
Yeah.
And now we are going to answer the questions of our top donators. So this is a little late towards the end of the stream, but for those who don't know how our questions and donation system works, we take the majority of our questions for free off Twitter and Instagram. You just have to reply to the posts about the stream on Twitter or Instagram, and you can find links to both of my Twitter and Instagram down below. And then we will read the top 3 donators as a thank you for supporting the stream. And so our first top donator is Jay Sniper, saying, "Hey there, y'all. Just wanted to show my love and appreciation to everyone here. Hope this will help in some way." It's always the top donators who don't even have anything to ask. They just want to be supportive.
Oh my god.
Well, thank you, Jay Sniper. That's very sweet of you. I hope you are doing well, and I appreciate it very much.
Aw.
And next up, we've got Risa Woods saying, "Keep up the great work, guys. Can Angel flirt with a character of mine?
Ah, shit.
His name is Risa."
Pronounced Ressa.
Ressa. Okay, Ressa. I'm sorry. I got your
Hey,
name wrong.
Ressa. I hear you got some big pockets. I like these big pockets. Why don't you come over with me tonight, huh?
Oh
Empty
my
out your
God.
pockets for me, huh?
Oh, there you go. You got your one mandatory has-been character flirt. But thank you,
There
Ressa,
you
so
go.
much for your support. I hope that makes you happy. And last but not least, we have Bearson saying, "I finally made it to a live stream. Keep up the great work." Oh, well, thank you. And I'm so glad you got to catch the live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, with that will do it for all of the questions. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the HuniCast, and thank you, Elsie, Magpie, and Paul for joining us. I am super, super excited to see where Mayhem goes. The project looks super cool, and of course, if anybody else is interested, please check out the link to the Indiegogo down below and check it out and see what it's all
Check
about.
out the intro and the pilot that exists on the internet.
There's already
Mayhem
Those are
pilot.
available to watch.
But Mayhem Pilot in YouTube, it's so awesome. I fell in love with it. I'm so pleased to be a part of it. They're both amazing. Please watch
thank
it.
you.
It's seriously fucking amazing.
The visual
honored
style
to
is
have
so
you
Thank
on
you.
board.
cool.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
cool.
Well,
Please
we've
go
got
check
two
it out.
We've got more coming. We have a new little animation on the 28th this month, so in just a few days, we have a new little animation. And then we're gonna have a video of the comic dub. The comic is gonna start being posted on Twitter Monday on our Villains and Code Twitter. So it will start Monday, and we have 34 pages of the origin story comic, and every day we'll post a new page. And then on the same time, we're working on a comic dub for the comic, and Elsie is back on it as well. As you know, Queen Bee, whose old name was Lady Bee at the time.
Lady Bee, yeah.
Lady Bee. Oh, really? I didn't even know that. That's
Oh.
awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm
so
so
watch out
excited.
for more mayhem.
Yeah, there's always more.
Yeah, everybody go check it out and support the project if you can. It's very cool and
thanks.
super unique. And thank you so much for joining me. This has been awesome, and I hope everybody watching has an absolutely wonderful day.
Oh, thanks
Thank
to you
you.
for having
Thanks
us,
to
really.
everyone.
Honestly,
Yeah, of
it's an amazing
course.
opportunity.
And thank you
Yeah.
to everyone out there for their support and their kind words. You're all amazing. Thank you.
All right, and with that, we will see you guys on the next HuniCast, which is hopefully soon. I know I say that every time, and then it's like a month later, and it's like, hey guys, it's been a while. I'm sorry.
Ashley, can you end the stream with this picture of me I just took?
All right, send me the picture.
Here you go. Just here. I just took this picture. Let them all.
Oh my
sit. I say goodbye.
Oh my god.
All right, let me throw that up real quick while
It's a
I
picture
throw
of me.
up.
It's very flattering.
Michael, you should take a video with that exact same angle and face, but do your sexiest Angel Dust voice at the same time. Looking like
Oh
this.
yeah,
You
total
look like-
dissonance.
You look like every other dude that I've seen message me on dating sites.
Oh my god.
Like, what is it with guys on dating sites taking a picture from, like, down below where, like, they're fucking, like,
Yeah.
double
Tinder,
chins
what up?
showing and fucking shit? Like,
You're
come
like,
on.
hey girl.
Put some
Hey,
effort
girl.
in.
The shirt is what kills me. It's so
You look
California.
like a dad.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm going for.
I showed you my angel dust. Answer me.
Oh my god.
All right. And with that, have a wonderful day, everybody. Again, thank you so much to our wonderful guests for joining me. And we will catch you all on the next HuniCast. Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.